Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find us a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for a little fishing and romance.
Well, guys, it's February the 20th, 2025, and took Dale and his buddy out for some speck fishing this morning, and we put 25 in the boat, but they were all pretty good size, and they just didn't hit real good. The cold front moved in while we was fishing, but we still caught some fish, and we caught 25, and we probably caught 2 or 3 little ones. But most of them were pretty good size, as you can see. But again, guys, we was using Mafia rods, Shimano reels, and using Suffolk's 6-pound test. I went up to 6-pound test, guys.
Blue chartreuse? Yep.
I went from 4 to 6 because I was breaking off on them because the crappie are just getting so big. I'm not kidding. We caught some this morning. It was over 2 pounds, and just they were fighting. I mean, they fought. You can see they're pretty nice fish. It just wasn't one fish after another though this morning. I mean, we went for, I don't know, 45 minutes, never caught a fish. And all of a sudden I went across the river to the other side, and I found some fish out there about in 20 foot of water. And we started catching them. You know, we catch one here and catch one there, but we had to keep moving along until I found a batch of them, and I'd turn around, go back in them, and we'd catch another one or two. We're using Mafia spinners, 1/16, using the bullet weight right in front of it, and a bead, and a swivel, like I always do, and the 2 outside poles, the long poles, the 13-foot poles. I wouldn't put no weight on them. I just put them way back, guys, and you can see us picking up fish. That way, I can get different depths by using some weights and not weights. It depends on where they're at. But look at the size of them. They were good fish. I mean, them guys knew what they was doing too. They was good anglers, they was trolling with 4 rods, and they wasn't getting tangled up at all, so that makes it a lot easier too. When the sun come out a little bit, I mean, it come out for just a little bit there, about 10 o'clock, and the fish turned back on pretty good. I mean, we started catching them, several fish there, about 10 o'clock, but from about, from 7 to 8 to 9, it was tough. I mean, because that cold weather was really foggy, and it was just overcast, really overcast, and they just wasn't hitting. Now, I could see the fish, but they wasn't hitting. Then when that sun come out a little bit, then they started turning on.
Yeah, hard to see them.
It didn't matter. There you got doubles on there, but it didn't matter. who was one on what side. It was about to even. I mean, both of them caught about the same amount. It was pretty even today on the catching part of it.
Size. No, not this size.
Yeah, if you got somebody, you guys want to do this, give the shop a call. Garrett's Tackle Shop a call. They got Bob in there to do it, and Butch, and you know, Danny, and Rob, and Tom, and Tim.
Lovely.
You know, we got plenty of guides to take you out crappie fishing, guys. Wasn't no doubt we got a hit. I mean, them big ones like that, they just double that pole back. I mean, they really do. Them Mafia rods, that's why I like them Mafia rods so much, is they're made for trolling and jigging, and you don't lose that many fish with them because they'll give when the fish is on, you guys. You know.
Can you break off? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Wire. Fish on.
Again, I had to vary when I first started this morning. They were up on the bank, really shallow, and then about 9:30, 10 o'clock, the sun started coming up, and they seemed like they moved out into 20 foot of water. And that's what we had to do to go out and get them. You know, I just kept looking on my live target. I'd swing it back and forth and see where the fish was.
Yeah.
Then I'd ease out to them. I'd go anywhere from 0.8 to a mile an hour, even a little over a mile an hour to pick them up, you know. And we caught several just because I'd go back into them. We caught several just making a turn, you know, making a turn to go back in them. But I wasn't like the days before, though. We drove down by, and I didn't see people pulling them out like it was the day before for some reason with minis and stuff and jigging. They weren't really tearing everything up this morning.
Right there, guys.
There it is, blue and chartreuse, guys. That's what it produces right there, blue and chartreuse. You can get them at Garrett's Tackle Shop. You can see how we're bundled up. It was cold out there on the lake this morning. I mean, the river. It was pretty chilly. I mean, it was. When I went outside this morning, it was 70 degrees, and I thought, well, I'll just wear shorts. And they thought the same thing. They wore shorts too, and I thought, well, I'll take a sweatshirt with me. Well, we got out there, and I ain't kidding you, it dropped 10, 15 degrees there, and the wind was blowing, and and then when we first got there was like fog and mist. It was cold. I mean, it was chilly. Look at that handsome devil, I'm telling you. Yeah, I can tell towards the end there, about the last 45 minutes we got into them. We all kind of figured them out, you know, figured out what to do and how to catch them. Then we got them, you know, got them a limit, 25 for, you know, one limit. That's enough. I mean, 25 is 50 fillets, guys. And they're big fish. I mean, they're pretty nice fish.
Probably normal.
Didn't have no break-offs this morning since I upped my line to 6-pound test because I had a 4-pound test and I was getting broke off, guys. I was getting broke off, and so I upped it to 6-pound test. But if you got 4-pound tests, you know, you can use a net. But I found that by the time you grab a hold of that net and you try to net that fish, it usually gets off or breaks off. So I just went back to 6-pound testing, and seemed to work out pretty good. You can see why. Look at this. I can't. Them's tournament fish. I could have used them during that. I kept telling him guys, I said I could have used that during that tournament for the first responders, them 1.5-pound, 2-pounders. But ain't that the way it always is? You know, you catch them big ones, not the day of the tournament. But I know if we were catching them like that, other people were catching them that big too. So yeah, it'd have been a little bit different game plan on that one. I think we caught 2 on white and chartreuse. And we tried, Danny was telling me about orange and chartreuse, so we caught I think a couple on orange and chartreuse. But 21 of them come on blue and chartreuse, guys. I mean, I had other baits on there, but it seemed like most of them come on blue and chartreuse. I've caught so many fish on it, I got a lot of confidence in it, and that's why I run it all the time. You know, it's a brush pile, twister tails, and you can get them at Garrett's Tackle Shop.
This is what you normally get. I mean, right there.
You can get different colors too. I mean, there's all kinds of different colors. Like I said, I don't just go with blue and chartreuse, guys. That one's just a little over 10 inches. That was the smallest one we caught right there. But I just don't go with blue and chartreuse. I've got a whole box of different colors, and I put different colors on just in case because last year it was white and chartreuse, and then earlier this year it was pink and chartreuse, and then they switched over to I mean, the only thing I could catch them on was blue and chartreuse. So, and it could change tomorrow or tonight. I mean, you gotta have different colors on to see which one they're really keying in on. That way, you know, once you find a color they're really hitting good, then just put the rest of them on there, you know. And how I know, and we were talking there right there, they were swallowing that blue and chartreuse down. I mean, they would, you know, they weren't just barely hooked, they were swallowing it down. But again, I spray all my baits down with Bang, you know, that Bang, that shrimp juice, and it seems like that they hold on to it a little bit and eat it a little bit better, you know. Them guys done a good job. See how they just pick them poles up and give it a little bit of tug? That just sinks that hook in a little easier, you know. You don't want to just pick it up and start reeling. You want to pick it up and just kind of give it a little tug, and that'll set that hook in there. Again, guys, they was in about 20 foot of water. When we went off the bank here in about 20 foot of water, that's when we started catching them. They went right up against the bank. I mean, they were out in a little ways. You know, I don't know. And what you got to do is when you use your electronics, you got to watch them through the day and see where they're going. I mean, you watch them if they move back up on the bank or they go out into 20 foot of water. You got to be able to stay in them, you know. And just when I'm going down through there, I'm swinging my transducer's on the head of my trolling motor, and I'm swinging it back and forth and seeing where they're at. And wherever they're at, I'll move over to the left or to the right where they're at and go through them. I'm able to call it usually and tell them, say, hey man, we're going through some fish here. Get ready. We're gonna get some fish on. And thanks to that Lowrance Live Targets, you can do that. Because you're shooting out in front of the boat and you know what's coming. And when I see them, I know it's about 5 seconds, 10 seconds that they're going to be in them, you know. But yeah, you see how nice the fish are. We had a good time this morning as usual, you know. We had a real good time catching fish. And
oh yeah, that's good. Did it hit when you was picking it up?
Old pole benders, guys. We caught some old pole benders. There wasn't no doubt when they hit that thing, man. They bent that pole, that old Mafia rod.
Yeah.
That's a speck now.
Look at that one right there. That's pink and chartreuse, guys. That's what I said.
Orange.
We caught a couple on different colors, but most of them come on blue and chartreuse. If you want to do this yourself, guys, stop in there at Garrett's Tackle Shop and get Caleb or Leaf to set you up with stuff to troll with. I mean, they've got everything in there to do this with. You can put on your boat, both from the rod holders to the rods, to the line, to the baits,
Excuse me.
and the reels. It just, they've got everything in there to set you up with. And they'll set you up with the right baits to use and the right spinners to use. I like the Mafia 1/16, you know, and get you some bullet weights, some swivels, and get you a package of beads, you know, to put above it. So on the two on the inside, that's where I usually put the bullet weight, and I usually put the swivel on 2 rods on the inside. And the big rod on the outside, I don't put no weight on it. But you can see it was a beautiful day, really a beautiful day. Look at the weights on this Joe Timers tournament here. Tanner won it again with 30-some pounds. I mean, that boy's on fire. He's something else now. He is an excellent bass fisherman. Well, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll back at it tomorrow.